600 physicians are saying that the lockdowns are essentially a mass casualty incident. They sent a letter to Trump. What they did was they looked at America as we currently sit as a triage situation where the victims are
Mm,
color coded according to the severity of the injuries. So we have the green, it's kind of like a stoplight. We have the green,
yeah,
yellow, red, and then black. And what we're trying to do is do the most good for the most amount of people. And
right.
so the letter is basically in the Forbes article. The one of the quotes from there I pulled out. It said, "quote Suicide hotline phone calls have increased 600%." The letter said,
Wow.
"Other silent casualties." 150,000 Americans per month who would have had new cancer detected through routine screening, from missed cancer diagnoses to untreated heart attacks and strokes to increased risk of suicides. We are alarmed at what appears to be a lack of consideration for the future health of our patients. This is what they're talking about is nothing new. This isn't conspiracy theory. There's decades and decades of data by researchers and economists on what happens not only when the economy goes. I mean, we have over 40 million people unemployed right now on unemployment, and that's not even including these lockdowns. This is a very interesting situation we're in, and these doctors are raising the alarm, and it fits with the data. The letter went on to say, it actually closed with this quote. It said, "The millions of casualties of a continued shutdown will be hiding in plain sight, but they will be called alcoholism, homelessness, suicide, heart attack, stroke, or kidney failure. In youths, it will be called financial instability, unemployment, despair, drug addiction, unplanned pregnancies, poverty, and abuse." And that's, in my opinion, I thought that was what I wanted to start out the segment with,
Yeah.
because that is some powerful, powerful information.
And you start seeing the medical community sort of galvanizing with each other, right? And psychiatrists, psychologists, doctors. I mean, there are real life effects now from the lockdown that are being felt. We were going to talk about that headline. One of these doctors said that suicide is even more prevalent than COVID-19, or claiming more lives. These
Yeah.
are incredible statements being made. I mean, I don't know where the math is behind this. I know you looked into it a little bit, but obviously doctors are just sort of screaming from the mountaintops right now. We've got to get out. This is absolutely insane.
Yeah, and that headline was there was a doctor from John Muir Medical Center in Walnut Creek, California, and he said that this is according to him. He didn't provide statistics, but this is just his eyewitness point of view, which is an important on the ground situation to follow. He told ABC News that the increases in the suicide he's seen is a year's worth of suicides in the last 4 weeks alone.
Wow.
This is a shocking statement, and I really wish he would do some more interviews and speak out, and other doctors as well and nurses keep speaking out about this, even though big tech may be censoring you. This is some very important information to get out there. And adding to that, the Wall Street Journal wrote an article and said that more people are taking drugs for anxiety and insomnia, and doctors are worried. This is the anxiety and depression pills are the prescriptions, the psychotropic drugs. In the article, they quoted Express Scripts, which is a pharmacy benefit manager owned by Cigna, and they said, "quote Prescriptions for anxiety medications rose 34.1% between
Wow.
mid-February and mid-March, while
Wow.
prescriptions for antidepressants and sleep medications increased 18.6 and 14.8%."
Unbelievable. So we're just drugging ourselves through this experience. It really starts to wax when you start thinking of Soma, right? That pill, the happy pills everyone's taking in the novel Brave New World, and so much of what Aldous Huxley was warning. I remember seeing interviews on the news where all the way back to the late 1950s, early 1960s, was saying, I see a future where is going to be so dismal we'll be drugging ourselves to accept what is taking place. And then I have to think about, we've been watching, I've been in meetings with our schools. I think everybody probably is having the same experience this week. This would have been really one of the last weeks of school. So you're checking with your teachers. The schools are having these conferences, obviously via online, and discussing, the future of what's going to be next year. I mean, our own private school is are we going to have masks? We don't know. Obviously, we're going to do what the state says. I think California has just said masks and gloves on children, unable to sit next to each other at lunchtime, will not be able to touch or play with each other. And you just start imagining how depressed is this society about to become, if this is our new normal, this totally distant, unconnected, terrified normal? It seems like the drug abuse is only beginning if this is where we're going.
Yeah, in doing research for this segment, I pulled some information out. It was absolutely shocking. I didn't send the clip over, but it's basically Harvard Medical School last summer released findings, and they said that suicides between 15 and 24-year-olds are at almost a 20-year high. So this is what we're looking at. It's this pressure cooker, this pressure cooker of social isolation, and then you have the parents who are facing perhaps unemployment or joblessness, and this is a really desperate time in our country. And these are the headlines we're looking at each week, and this is really, I'm so happy we're here reporting on this.
If you like that clip, then be sure to check out our live broadcast of The High Wire every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific Time. You can watch it on Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, and Twitter. We'll see you there.